welcome to Tune In Tuesday. It's episode 45 of the Patriots podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night from the America First Warehouse at 7:30 p.m. My mic on or is my mic off?
Do we have house on?
Yeah, I think.
Is the house sound on? All right. Oh, wow, I really hear myself now.
Yeah. Can everybody hear me? I don't know.
I hear you, but I'm next to you.
All right.
Well, let's just get to business and introduce our dear friend.
Yes, we are here tonight, like I said, from the America First Warehouse, live streaming, and we have our special co-host guest tonight, Melissa LaCurna, who is one of our favorite people. She's first and foremost a sister in Christ.
Yes, she is.
She's a MAGA patriot and a friend of the America First Warehouse. She's a truth speaker, and she holds nothing back when talking about what our country has endured for years.
And that's why we love you.
Facts.
So we're actually looking forward to hearing your perspectives on topics that we're about to talk about tonight. We want to wish a happy birthday to the United States Marines on their 250th birthday.
Absolutely.
So happy birthday, Marines.
Happy birthday, Marines.
Today is Veterans Day. Let's all please thank a veteran for their service and sacrifice to our nation. Without them, we would not have a free United States of America.
Amen.
And honestly, we must do more to support our military veterans with the resources to help guide them through re-entry back into civilian life. And so many come home after having serving, suffering psychological damage for the things they've witnessed, overseas and abroad, and we really have to do better. We have to do
Yes, we
better.
do.
They give all for us, and we must do more than all for them.
I think veterans should come home from the service or from, their duty, wherever they are, and get a beautiful home, a beautiful car, and the best insurance that ever existed.
Absolutely.
It drives me, when I hear a homeless veteran, I have like a visceral reaction to that.
Yeah. It's
Especially over the last couple of years.
They were taking them out of the freaking
Just
shelters in the
fact that their
city.
services are being cut and we're giving to people that have not served this country is just
Unreal.
the biggest slap in the face ever. It infuriates me.
they've come over the borders illegally. They've gotten more benefits, more money, more everything.
Their housing.
Their housing, their health insurance, their free everything. And we have men and women living on streets.
It's gross.
That, have given everything. They've sacrificed their families, their jobs, their everything.
Limbs.
I was going to say,
Limbs,
they come
their
home without
bodies.
limbs.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
PTSD
Their lives, yeah.
is
Yeah, the psychological damage is
off the charts.
They don't necessarily realize it right away.
They don't.
This is things that come up over time, and they need to have help to learn how to deal with it.
It's so bad sometimes. My best friend joined the National Guard right out of high school. It was so shocking when she did that because she was not the type to join the army. I thought she was kidding. And when she came back from Iraq, we live in a very quiet town. We live in Bethpage, but she lived by the 135. And the first night she was home and went to bed, the first few nights, just the sound of the cars passing, she was having these vivid nightmares and jumping up and having panic attacks just from the cars passing by.
I remember you telling me about
it
this.
broke my.
Yeah.
That was the first time I was like, it broke my heart.
Yeah, it's
It's
terrible.
sad.
It's
I
terrible.
think about that every 4th of July, too, with the fireworks. I mean, so many people are concerned about their animals, and they hate when people do fireworks. And I'm like, here we are trying to celebrate, but the people that have been defending our country are triggered by...
yeah.
You give me chills. You're right.
And
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't
think about
even,
that every 4th of July.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a firework going off. It could be a horn honking or seeing something, driving their car, or
Or it could be I'll tell you guys a crazy story. I don't want to make this, but both my grandfathers were in the service, and they're watching me from heaven. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather, my mom's dad, was in the Navy. He was on a ship during the war, and a cannon, I feel like it's so old when you say that, but hit the ship. Him and I think it was him and 2 other men, or him and another man, were the only ones that survived. His whole, I don't know if you call that a platoon.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, there was a piece of hair, must have been on the stove in my mom's childhood home.
Right.
It actually put him into he had a real nervous breakdown. He smelled the hair.
Burning.
And he remembered what it was like when his brothers died, in battle. And
Yeah.
he literally, he was like hospitalized. He
Yeah.
actually had a nervous breakdown.
Oh, God.
And it was from a smell. So the impact is what I'm saying is, and I mean, even Jenkins was on earlier with Joe today, and the way he described his experience in the gulag and solitary confinement for being a J6er very much reminded me of the veterans too, the way he talked about it. Like, these guys come out of serving war or coming out of being, politically persecuted, and their lives have changed forever.
Yeah.
Their whole makeup is, different, and there's a lot to be said. And he even said it for himself today, like, there's no money in the world that will change that.
Right.
And same thing for our veterans. But not only is there no money or thanks enough that could ever thank them enough or change their life, the fact that there's not a veteran on this planet in America that should have to worry about anything.
Nothing.
Ever.
Nothing.
Ever. They should never be hungry. They should always have a home. They should always have the best insurance. I want them to have better insurance than me. I want them to have the best of everything when they come back.
And have them trained and, employment for them when they come back. They need to feel that they're
Part of
Part of
society.
society.
That they
Yeah.
fight and defend.
Yes, yes.
It's
Whether they stay in the military after they come back, or when they're home, reserves and things like that, or whether they go on to whatever it is that their life takes them with. They need to have the support of the American people.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's my TED
That's our
talk.
TED Talk for today.
That's my TED Talk for
That's our
today.
patriotic TED
That's
Talk
right,
for today.
That's right. So anyway, let's talk about some current events going on. I think it was yesterday, Trump pardoned almost 70 people, including Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, which we love John Eastman.
Me too.
Sidney Powell, Mark Meadows, Jenna Ellis, Tyler Boyer, who's from Turning Point USA Action, and others that were involved in their efforts to challenge the 2020 election results. And as per Ed Martin, who is the current pardon attorney for President Trump, they're working on freeing Tina Peters as well. I don't know how much they're going to be able to do because she's being held on a state charge, but
Well, they're
let's see
fighting
how
really hard for her.
Let's see what happens with that. Yeah.
I'm very excited about, well, obviously all of them, but Sidney Powell, I miss hearing from her.
Yeah, where's the Kraken?
Exactly.
Let's get that
I want to have
Kraken.
the conversation about releasing the Kraken.
Let's release that Kraken.
I think the Kraken's coming.
I think so too.
The more and more you see coming out in the news, this election from 2020 is going to be fully exposed.
Oh, it sure is, guys.
And there's going to be no denying the proof of it. We all saw it. We saw it back when
Right.
it was going on.
Listen,
we
how many
watched.
podcasts do I tell everybody to trust the plan?
Trust the plan.
The best is yet to come.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's right. And it has to happen. It has to happen. We have to know what happened in 2020. The American people have to know what happened in 2020 with the election in order to move forward and correct the system so that we can move forward knowing that we can trust our election
Absolutely.
integrity and know that who we're voting for is really who we're voting for.
We can't have Americans believing that their vote does not count.
That's right.
In this day and age. We can't afford
Can't.
to do that. And, they're like, oh, well, yeah, I've heard people say it. Well, my vote, it's not going to make a difference.
Yes,
no,
it
well,
is.
if everybody
It does.
thought that way,
Yeah.
it would make a huge impact, and we can't afford that. You need to know who's running. You need to know what they stand for. I mean, this last election in New York,
Oh, with
these people
Mamdani,
don't
yeah.
even know what this gentleman
Please,
stands for.
the amount of Jewish people and LGBTQ people that came out for him was astonishing, and it blows my mind because he hates them. Hates them. He hates you. I want to go to the city and shake them all and be like, you're standing there with the Mamdani sign, but he would behead you from where he comes from. He hates you.
Yeah.
But here we are.
And they wanted their free buses, and they
Let
wanted
the city burn.
their free transit. And guess a day after the election, 2 days after the election, I'm seeing videos of him saying, "Well, we need your continued support. We need your monetary support because we need to be able to fund this now." So all of a sudden, what was free is no longer free. So
Which he's
there you go for that.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you, the majority of the people that voted him were younger voters, and
Yes.
you just know that they were the ones that were robbed of an education in
Yep.
history, because there is no way that you could believe that communism is all of a sudden going to work.
Yeah.
Maybe you should crack. I mean, now with ChatGPT and all these things, Perplexity, there is no reason not to know these
It's
things.
insane.
I had a conversation with my grandson today, and I was like, he's 10. And I was like, how do you not know this? But
They don't teach them
don't teach
anything.
them.
because they don't teach. Yes, and I was talking about his grandfather, my father, his great-grandfather, I should say, who fought in the Korean War.
And thank you for his service.
Thank you. And my father loved his flag, loved this country, obviously raised a patriot. He was the only one, before anybody talked about politics, this was something that me and my dad had together. Like, we spent a lot of time together.
That's
I used to
awesome.
joke around and say I was his best son that I ever had, because he had 2 boys, but him and I were attached.
I
We did
love
everything
that.
together.
That's
and I was
great.
like, teach me how to change a
So that's
tire.
why you're
Teach
such a
me how to
badass. Beautiful
it's
badass.
definitely why I'm independent.
beautiful
because I kept
badasses.
saying, you need to teach me these things, because I'm just not really good at asking for help with anything. But
Girl.
I was talking to my grandson about his great-grandfather, and he started asking me about war innocent, because we were talking about Veterans Day.
Love
Now,
that.
the kids are off from school for Veterans Day, but the conversation for Veterans Day should be happening every
Leading
day
up to
for
it.
a week before the
That's
holiday.
right.
Like, these kids should be coming home and
we're
telling
gonna
us
break.
about Veterans Day.
We're going to cut you right there. We're going to go to commercial break, and we're going to talk about this more when we come back in a minute.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just 2 entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America, from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. Our first guest tonight we have special guests tonight.
We do. I can't wait to see them on the screen.
I haven't spoken to them yet, but I'm like
Oh, they're my new best
I love
friends.
them. We have Ohio Amy and Pastor Casper from the Casper McLeod Band.
Hi, guys.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Hi.
They're going to be here for
January now.
January 10th and 11th for the Stay Awake America tour.
Yes.
I'm just going to give a quick bio on you guys, okay? Ohio Amy is a daughter of Yasusha, a wife, a mother of 6, a nana of 4, and a fearless patriot who is a defender of truth, has the strength and wisdom and the fire and grace from God. I love that. I
Me
love
too.
that. She's got 33 plus years of sales and management experience in multiple industries, and she is the executive director. You're a master. What is the saying?
Master Ceremony.
No. I'll come back to it.
My
The
brain is
executive
tired.
director, stage announcer, event coordinator, and tour guide for the tour.
Chaos coordinator?
Could
Like
be.
me?
Yep, that works. Amy, you do it all to make it happen.
She does.
And your personal mission is to hear one day the most powerful living words, well done, good and faithful servant.
servant.
Love
Beautiful.
That. Love that. This is...
Pastor Casper is so dynamic.
Yes. I was actually listening. I was listening to a little bit of your music last night, and I'm like, I love you. You're amazing.
She called me all giddy last night.
Yeah, it's amazing. So Pastor Casper McLeod is a musician, a pastor, an author sharing faith and hope. He's a world-class guitarist, singer, and songwriter whose music combines technical brilliance with heartfelt worship. He transitioned from the secular music industry to a life dedicated to serving Christ. And he is the senior pastor of the Upper Room Fellowship in Georgia, where he combines his passion for music with his calling to preach the gospel. Through his music, his pastoral leadership, and thought-provoking books, he's empowering a generation to stand firm in their faith, find hope in challenging times, and fulfill their God-given purpose with confidence and unwavering trust in Christ. Welcome to the Patriots podcast.
You fit right in line
Yes,
with us.
Absolutely.
Delighted to be here with you.
Oh, we're so happy to have you here.
And we can't wait to have you here in person. And I'd like to just let you know that the drum set was delivered this weekend. We are ready for you guys in January.
All right.
So let's talk about the Stay Awake America tour. It's coming here. I've seen General Flynn.
Well, he was part of it in the beginning.
The Awaken America tour, right?
Stay Awake. The Reawaken tour, I think, is where you guys met, right?
Yeah, the Reawakening tour.
Yeah.
Reawaken, yeah. General Flynn had called me after the last Reawaken event and said that our music was so uplifting and the message and all that he wanted to do more. So we started talking about, after 9/11, the churches were just packed out for a little while, for a couple of months, and then dust settled. And I said, it's kind of reminiscent of what happened with the Lord. He gave them the disciples a high-powered meeting. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to go to Jerusalem. All this is going to unfold. I'm going to get crucified, but I'm going to rise from the dead. And they didn't understand. So he's asking them, just pray with me. And the most crucial moment there, right? And he comes back to check on his disciples 3 times. And the third time, he's kind of like, you guys just basically messed up. Just keep sleeping. It's over now. We don't want to see that happen, right? Mm-hmm. But I do want to say congratulations to everyone in New York City or I should call it New Yorkistan.
It's done.
That's for
Let
sure.
it burn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because people just don't understand the impact this is going to have. I've saw it happen with my tribe in UK. And it's really more passionate than ever. We've got to get people activated and bring them into an understanding of what's happening and bring them closer to the Lord Jesus while we still have an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
So-
exactly right. And after the conversation with Casper and General Flynn, they tapped me on the shoulder. We had a conversation because their biggest concern was America going back to sleep, America having a false sense of security that, President Trump was elected. He's got this. We can all, rest assured everything's taken care of. And we know that's farthest from the truth.
That's right. That's right.
There's not one man or one woman who can save America or save us until Jesus Christ walks again on this earth. Neither can President Trump save America or the world alone.
That's right.
He needs our prayers. He needs our support, but ultimately he needs our action. Local action, national impact.
Love
That's
that.
right, General
Love that.
Flynn.
That's right. That's right.
And hence the Stay Awake America tour was was created. They asked me if I would create, promote, and organize the Stay Awake America tour, and I went, no way. I've got a full plate. I'll help. I'll volunteer. Tell me what you want me to do. But as God's plans are always greater than yours, he kept tapping me on the shoulder and saying, you need to do this. And with the blessings of meeting Pastor Casper, we joined hands and we decided to do the first Stay Awake America tour in Columbus, Ohio. So that was March. And with the great success and the connections of all the wonderful Patriots speakers, we continued on to Venice. To Venice, Florida was our second. And there, General Flynn, he joined us as a headliner. And we had over 20 nationally known speakers, ones that I know you guys have had on your show at the American First Warehouse as events or speakers, things of that sort. But just we're walking by faith. Pastor Casper and I have answered our call from God to continue across the country, bringing hope with solutions. So the Stay Awake America Tour, our mission is to unite, engage, and activate local action for national impact, and doing that all for the glory of God.
It's amazing.
Beautiful. We have, if you just want to pull up cut one, guys, we have the Stay Awake America Tour, the graphic flyer. It actually shows for November 14th and 15th here, but it's not.
I put the new one in there.
You did? Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay, great.
Oh, good.
Great.
Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried.
Just double
not?
check.
Fellas, you could bring it up.
Yeah, bring up cut one.
If it's, I'm sure I put the new one, but God help me.
Yeah, we found out last night that it changed. So
that's not it. Cut one.
There
we go.
Yay! Yes,
that's the right one.
Perfect. Perfect.
So that has some of the great speakers. Yeah, go ahead, Amy. I'm sorry. You tell them.
No problem. Our amazing Dr. Judy Mikovich, she's been with us on all 5. So I presented that we were in Ohio, then Venice, then we went to Knoxville, Tennessee, and most recently we were in Texas, Grandview, Texas, and so our fifth Stay Awake America tour will be at Long Island.
Yay!
We're excited.
And you guys were really considering DC at first, but God has brought them here, and we're very, very, very happy that you guys are coming here. I can't wait to see you guys in person.
Yeah,
It's an honor to partner with you guys because you're right there in the fight with us. We all know that we all have we have personal responsibilities. We have responsibility to our families, and then created out from there our churches, our communities, our states. And that's the only way we're going to succeed. We have to realize that we have to take back our country, and it all starts with our own responsibility. No longer can we ask somebody else to do the job that we are supposed to do. And we're in the situation that we are right now because people just wanted somebody else to do the job.
Yeah.
They had a false sense of security that everyone was working in our best interests.
That's right.
And it's very disheartening when we figure out the lies and deceptions, but we have to pull up our big boy pants and we got to get to work because nobody's going to get it done except for if
we the people.
Until we do it. Yes.
And that's how this country was supposed to operate. It's supposed to we are the ones that are supposed to do the work.
Yep.
We really are. That's how we took it back in 1776. And I get very frustrated. Some of my Patriot friends that might be watching right now, and everyone's I've seen it around us here, and it's like, guys, it's not a time to sit back now and sit pretty that Trump's in office. That was the last 5 years was boot camp. We can't stop now.
Right.
That Trump being in office is just a tourniquet to stop the bleed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of healing and work to do beyond that.
And this has to, it's going to be a retraining of everybody. Like, people have to be retrained to know how to move forward.
I think a lot of the information we present as well, we've even had people from the Blue Party come, and they were just stunned with what we shared, and they left, perplexed and I think it was like a turning point for them.
Yeah.
They changed their positions because they heard the truth. When you hear the truth, you know it's the truth.
And you can't unsee it. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it.
That's for sure.
So when Dr. Judy Mikovich speaks, I'm her interpreter as well. So, I'm just joking. She gets so deep and so complex sometimes. But coming from an epigenetic perspective, I sometimes have to simplify for people to understand. But she's absolutely brilliant. So you really don't want to miss that.
Oh, we can't wait.
Oh, we can't wait. Yeah.
The lineup
Yeah.
is
I thought I'd
phenomenal.
just share with you, when we did Venice, we debuted a new song that I wrote for General Flynn. And I didn't realize he was sitting right in front of us in the front row because, when you're on stage, you just see the lights, and I didn't really see people in the audience. And so there's this moment where we're singing General Flynn, how did you know you were destined to win? He kind of shrugs his shoulders at Amy. I don't know how to
He's
tell you that
humble.
one.
I
It's
love that man.
classified, you know?
That's
yeah,
so
he's
awesome.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he really is one of our favorites, and we were very honored to have him here. We're going to be just as honored to have you here. I don't know if we're going to get any blue people out of our event here at the warehouse, but
I told people, I think Venice that proves that there's a God when a 3-star general and an old rock and roller like me come together as friends.
it's amazing.
Yes, yes. You have such an eclectic way with your music. It's
inspiring.
I loved it. I just loved it. I hope people.
He's going to jam here when he's here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh,
I
we
can't
hate
wait.
it. I hate when this happens.
I used to be on a major label, and we recorded in Long Island at Port Jefferson, when I was starting out. So.
He knows the area.
All right. Well,
It's been a long time, but it was lovely. I loved it there.
beautiful. Well, we look forward to seeing you. We're going to have to cut to break, but thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you in January.
Yes, they'll be back
Looking
with us on the
forward to it.
God
podcast.
bless.
We love you guys.
You notice
God
your
bless you.
money just doesn't stretch like it used to? Your paycheck feels lighter, and your savings aren't growing. The culprits? Inflation and increased money supply. They've both been quietly eating away at your purchasing power for years. Today, the dollar's value has dropped significantly. You feel it every time you spend money on goods and services. Back in 1965, $1 or an ounce of silver could buy you a gallon of milk. Fast forward to today. That same dollar barely buys a couple of coffee creamers, while an ounce of silver would get you 8 gallons of milk. Gold and silver have held their value for centuries. If you had 2,500 ounces of silver back in 1965, you could buy a brand new Ford Mustang. Today, 2,500 ounces of silver would buy you 2 Mustangs. Similarly, in the year 2000, 628 ounces of gold would buy a new $170,000 home. Today, 628 ounces would buy you a $2,500,000 home. The problem? 95% of Americans don't own physical gold or silver. They think it's too complicated and too expensive, but it doesn't have to be. We offer a membership program that allows you to buy gold or silver with as little as $1. You can buy fractional amounts, safely vault them, or have them delivered to your doorstep. And you can liquidate them whenever you want at the highest buyback price in the industry. Ready to protect your wealth and keep your purchasing power? Scan the QR code or go to tafw.soundmoney.com to learn more.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino Podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome to Right for America. Issues that unite, don't ignite.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to the Patriettes podcast. Good evening, everyone. We live stream every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. right here from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in all the land.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Welcome to Liberty's Cage, the podcast tearing down the walls of America's broken justice system.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast, and we are welcoming to the show election integrity expert Marley Hornick. Marley's the founder and CEO of RealAmerica.vote. It's a 501c3 nonprofit corporation securing legitimate representative government through education, litigation, and election reform. Marley's a unique leader who thinks strategically, makes persistent and purposeful actions. She is also the founder and director of New York Citizens Audit, who is a friend to the America First Warehouse here.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Going back years now.
Yes.
The fearless leader of election integrity for New York.
You've been involved with blazing a trail of grassroots election integrity efforts, and from what I understand, too, you went on to found the national organization United Sovereign Americans, and you serve as a CEO there, and you've overseen a wave of originalist federal lawsuits arguing that election administrators have outright failed at their task. And talk to us about this new lawsuit with Letitia James.
Sure. Thanks so much for having me on. And yeah, all of those things are true. And election officials have failed us. That's the most important truth. And the lawsuit we just filed is actually nationally significant, although it's specific to New York right now. The arguments that we've made in this new lawsuit they go back to when New York Citizens Audit was auditing the New York State voter registration list, auditing it on the basis of the three simple questions. Are the voters in the voter roll real and legitimate according to state law? Are the votes counted real and legitimate according to state law? And does the number of voters who voted equal the number of votes that were counted? Just really basic reconciliation. We found massive violations. For example, even just in the 2020 election, there were 338,000 more votes counted than the state has voters who voted. So, you can't turn your taxes in like that. How come the state election officials are allowed to authorize officials to have the power of life and death over American citizens' existence based on that garbage data? So anyway, we were reporting this all over the state. There were thousands of volunteers involved, going to the town boards, county legislatures, just so diligent. And what happened was the state brought down the hammer. The New York State Board of Elections and Letitia James, they sent letters all over the state defaming the citizens who were doing this work, defaming the audits themselves. And then ultimately they had to resort to a criminal investigation through the Attorney General Letitia James's office under, get this, the Ku Klux Klan Act.
So
they were, all over New York State, every newspaper, front page was, election auditors, basically, they called us election imposters, sued or investigated under the KKK Act, as if we were a bunch of racists, not a bunch of patriots. Crazy.
I can't believe that. I didn't even know that.
No, me
wow.
Yep.
Me either.
That's what happened. So this lawsuit is awesome because you guys probably know that it's very difficult to get election litigation through the courts right now. Every single time someone's like, hey, this lawsuit is going to work, and then they're denied standing over and over and over again. We're no longer allowed to go into the court and defend the most important right we have as citizens. So this lawsuit actually argues that when we brought these election irregularities to the attention of the officials and the attention of all our representatives, the state violated under a deliberate conspiracy between the Board of Elections and the Attorney General, violated our free speech rights under the First Amendment, violated our right for redress of grievances under the First Amendment. Because think about this. If the system we have is supposed to uphold the principle of representative government, but our representatives don't have to speak with us, then, that's like representation in name only. That's like a rhino.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
so, so those are two of the claims. Also due process violations of the 5th and 14th Amendment, because the state, we sent them all these reports we had done out, like these are literally extractions from their own data. Like, how is it that 1 million people are registered to vote in New York State on January 1st? And more importantly, why is it that election officials are allowed to answer that with an explanation, not a statute? How come they're allowed to say, hey, just take our word for it regarding 27 members of U.S. Congress, for example? Just take our word for it 1 million times. That's outrageous. Who does that? Come on.
It's crazy.
And look at what's happening with our kids and blah, blah. I mean, it's just terrible. So anyway, due process violations, because we sent them these reports. They never bothered to read them, which they fully admit. They just started attacking, defaming, and investigating statewide. So they're really, they really signed their own epitaph when they started going on the warpath against New York Citizens audit. And ultimately, we make an argument, and I think the court is going to have a hard time pushing this argument away. We make the argument that the composition clause of the United States Constitution, which is the third sentence, to be clear, the first sentence is the preamble, we the people. The second sentence says that all legislative authority is hereby vested in U.S. Congress, which means, they're the ones who make the laws. And once a law is passed, all of us are subject to its, to follow it. And the state or the federal government has the authority under police power to enforce that, right? So this is a big deal. Really is. Once a law is passed.
Right.
The third sentence says, who chooses those people? We do. The citizens choose those representatives, and the states determine under statute who's qualified to vote. This is the argument in our lawsuit, is that the state is in breach of contract at sentence 3 of the United States Constitution, because they don't care who votes.
Right. We have
They don't care.
We actually have a, if you can bring up cut 3, it has the flyer that shows, the difference in the voting and the numbers of registered voters and the numbers that voted. And I mean, the discrepancies are crazy. They're just insane.
We were blessed to know Marley during the Cornicelli campaign and even before that. And we got to speak to her. Bill was with me. And just hearing what they uncovered back then, I mean, it's not rocket science. Thank God for them to find this data. I mean, the hours and hours and hours that grassroots Patriots stood up to do.
Yeah.
I'll be eternally grateful for you guys for all the work.
It was like the early Doge. Basically, we were like the Doge of elections before there was a Doge. It's not rocket science, like Teresa said. We're just combing through their records and going, what the heck is this record?
But I'm not undermining. I know how your efforts, because I know how serious and how much work you guys put into it, and funding it yourselves.
Yeah, they were at every rally we had. They had tables everywhere.
They did events here.
Walkers
they were
walking around, asking for people to join, to help, to speak to the people.
We were trying that, Marley. We were trying to get, and I'll explain to you guys later, but even after the elections, and in 2022, they were willing to help us with Giuliani's election and Cornicelli's election and Weirman's election. They're incredible friends of ours doing this work.
Well, I think we all have a duty to our founders, the framers of this extraordinary government, and a duty to the future to continue the American exceptionalism that we've been so fortunate and blessed to live under. And, it's eroding right now, but it doesn't have to stay that way. So, of course, we were always willing to help and remain that way. And, of course, on a nonpartisan basis, we'll help anyone who wants to make sure that their election was legitimate. And that the elections overall represent the voice of the citizens. If the government is not accountable to us, then we're no longer free.
Nope.
That's right. That's right. So you're seeking for the court to order an independent audit, right, of the entire election system by bonded, insured, certified external firms. Like, we can't police ourselves. We have to have somebody from the outside that comes in to do this, somebody that's trustworthy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I audited myself last week, and Teresa owes me $100.
All right, I owe you.
Oh my gosh! Without we were saying earlier, without free and fair elections,
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
And a corrupt DOJ.
Yeah.
But I love that they're so positive about thinking that this is going to be one that you can't dispute. I am praying hard for this one, Marley. I'm going to be with you guys all the way. And as you know, we'll promote any messaging you need through the warehouse, through our platforms right here. You can come back to us with more messaging, and we'll try to help you share it far and wide and get, the troops, more troops behind you for this.
Now, I have a question. This is in federal court, correct?
It is in federal court.
So
Yep.
do you expect to see other states join in on this?
This particular lawsuit, there are some parties that could ostensibly join. They could join some of the counts. They can't join, for example, the count where we argue that the state officials conspired to defame citizens auditing their elections. But they could join the count about the composition clause, for example. They could join other counts where we allege that the state is has infracted the rights that are due to not only every citizen of New York, but actually every citizen of the country. Because when they authorize people to sit in the United States Congress without proof, and it's not only without proof, it's like when you actually look at their records, it's obvious that they have no idea who won the actual election. They just install people based on bogus records. That disenfranchises every American.
Sure does.
Yep. Wow.
Well, I'm really looking forward to the outcome of this. I feel very positive for you guys, and I'm very grateful again.
I remember seeing those numbers when there were over 300,000 more votes than voters, and that was like a thunderbolt of information that we just had to
it
share.
wakes you up. You have no idea.
Yeah, because we're not always going to have Trump as a president, and moving forward, it cannot be, elections have to be too big to rig. They have to be legitimate. And we cannot continue forward until we fix this.
Right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
We hit a
hard. Yeah, we had a commercial break now, so we thank you and we wish you well, and we hope to hear from you soon. Okay.
Thank you, my friend.
God bless you guys. Saved, but inflation and increased money supply are eroding your buying power. Protect and grow your wealth with physical gold and silver. Sound Money. With a Sound Money wallet, your wealth stays in your control. Buy fractionally, vault securely, ship directly, and instantly liquidate your gold and silver at the highest buyback price in the industry. Real money, real ownership. Visit tafwsoundmoney.info or scan the QR code and start securing your financial future today.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back to the Patriots podcast. What a great show tonight.
It is good. I can't
Yeah.
wait. First of all, am I off? Sorry. I love Marley. I've known her for a lot of years now, and I'm very grateful for her work. And I love Pastor Casper and Amy. I can't wait.
They're great.
I can't wait for them to come. But before we get started, because I know we're just going to kind of, I'm going to say it, free ball it. But before we do that, Control, can you please bring up Melissa's palm card, please? And I want to just tell the audience that besides being a beautiful, fearless patriot and faithful friend of ours, Melissa is a phenomenal real estate agent on Long Island, mostly serving the very East End, right? Do you want to talk about that for a minute?
Sure.
Let's give the audience who
Well,
you are.
I'm 20 plus years in at this stage of the game. I'm just hitting my 21st year in real estate. I absolutely love what I do. I was born and raised on the island. I moved out east 11 years ago. Best move I ever made.
Her
so I
home
do
is beautiful
service
on the water, like
It's so gorgeous.
It's like being at a resort. I could live at Melissa's house. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm very blessed to have my own little slice of heaven on the East End. So I do service the East End. That's where my office is. But because I've been doing this for so long, I basically service all of Suffolk County, because at this stage of the game, I have a huge referral business, and I'm very, very grateful to all my Patriots and stuff that continue to refer me. And the greatest compliment is a referral. And I've had the honor of selling, helping estates, first-time home buyers, seniors downsizing, for 3 generations, because once I find a family that I connect with, it's usually a family affair, and it's 2-3 generations. And I absolutely love it, and I feel like God keeps sending the right people to cross my path, because everybody I meet seems to be a patriot, which is the people that I love to work with. So I am definitely your America First realtor. So if
And she's
you-
not afraid to say it. I love that.
Nope.
Definitely unapologetically
Unapologetic.
America First,
and certainly unfiltered.
yes. Well,
we
you
have
know.
we have lots of things we
Unfiltered with
discuss.
class.
Yes, yes.
So, well, thank you. If you guys, all you people that want to leave Manhattan, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Give Melissa a call. And her card is here on our table here. And if you ever need to reach her, you can call the warehouse, and I will get you in touch with her. And really quick, if we could bring up KDJ's graphic, because Kevin is our great friend and patriot. He has a radio show on 103.9 Long Island. LI News Radio. And he is hysterical. He's a comedian, a journalist, a TV host, a podcast host, and we love you, Kev. So check him out.
I have a question for you, actually. We're just talking about real estate. I've been hearing the last couple of days about mortgages going to 50-year mortgage terms. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know about 50-year terms, but I have a feeling when Powell is out, the interest rates are going to be half of what they are now.
Wow.
They've crept down a little bit. So a lot of things are going to change when the interest rates drops. You know, the market is very cyclical. Every 10 to 15 years, it's a cycle. So in my mind as a realtor, it's always a good market. It just depends on what side you're on. You know,
That's
either
true.
you're going to be a buyer or a
Right.
seller. And it's always a great time to invest. I don't know about 50 years. That's a very long term.
It's a long term, but how many
commitment.
people? I mean, I kind of get it, because I think it's trying to entice younger buyers that,
Because the
that
payment will
have
be more affordable?
affordability to be able to buy their first home. Not that everybody stays in their first home forever. They're
The
usually
average first-time home buyer sells in the first 7 years.
Yeah,
It's usually
yeah.
7 years.
It's like a starter.
You know, it's changed because back in the day, you bought your forever home.
That was it.
You bought what you could afford, and you did one room at a time,
Yeah.
and you made it your own.
Yours, yeah.
Now, the young generation now,
They want turnkey.
a lot of them are in technology. They're making a lot of money. They don't have any trade skills. So they're completely dependent on contractors and other people to do the work. And they will not buy a house unless everything is completely done, because they don't understand the scope of work, what would it cost, so
Right.
they're willing to pay a premium to have it
Turnkey,
done.
right.
So the days, unfortunately, of the starter home, I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that you say that, I haven't either. I mean, I thought I'd look for it, but that's true.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm
Because the
interested to
generation,
see how it's going to
basically
pan
the
out.
young generation that's looking now, if they can't do it on their smartphone, they can't do it. They don't own any tools.
Yeah, it's scary. And that's why I have a love-hate relationship for AI, because like for me, I went through the little index thing at the library, and I had to write. I went to Catholic school, and I had to write in script and learn how to do things. I learned all those things. So when I use AI now for convenience, I don't feel like I'm dumbing myself down. I'm just making my life easier for a second. But when you're a young child, and now you're relying on this, I mean, we have the dumbest generation that ever existed.
Yeah.
And it terrifies me.
It's so scary. It's so scary that this is.
I'm a hypocrite. I use it, but I learned all the stuff I needed to learn. Like these kids are going to know nothing.
Yeah, thank God we have what we're seeing with Turning Point and the youth that are in that mid-teenage.
Oh, there's a shift. Those kids are amazing.
There's a lot of kids that are up and coming that they're going to.
Not even like activists, like they're faithful, smart, and they're homeschooled.
Yes.
I swear, I wish the schools would just go away. Like empty the schools out. I mean, I know it's easier said than done. I did it. I pulled my kids out. It became the best decision we ever made. It's not an easy decision. I know parents have to work, but if you could pull your kids out of these schools.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
I question my grandkids all the time. My oldest granddaughter is in college, and she tells me that she has a teacher that's out of her mind. And we talk about this, and I said, well, why? And fortunately, I've been having these conversations with her for a long time, especially since the COVID, the
Right.
lockdowns, the nonsense that they're pushing in schools. And so she is aware.
Thank
and
God.
we had that conversation, and she was like, I can't wait to be done with this class.
Yeah.
She says she's out of her mind. This is what, and then I have to ask my other ones, my 17-year-old granddaughter, is there boys going into your bathroom? What's going on in the locker rooms? Like, are even my 10-year-old grandson.
Yes.
I said, what is your favorite video game? And he was like, Roblox. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Because I've
heard the horror stories about
I
Roblox.
have sent my son-in-law and my daughter a million things about, and I said to him, because I don't talk to them like babies, and I said to him, you need to be very careful because there are people posing as adults, as children
that
on
are
here,
adults.
and they are adults. And I told my son-in-law I don't want him with the headphones on. I wanted so that you could hear who he's talking to, because some horrendous things have happened to children, and with the trafficking that's going on. I mean, I had to talk to I just bought my granddaughter her first car. I'm like, if anybody leaves anything on your windshield or anything is on the handle, don't touch anything with your hands. When you get out of work, if there's a van parked next to you, don't, make sure somebody. These are the conversations.
Always carry your keys like this.
Yes, these are the conversations that I'm like, put wasp spray in your car, carry pepper spray.
That's right. We have. That's right.
These are all the conversations that I have to have. And my 4 grandchildren, I mean, I only had the 3 when this started, but this is the reason why I'm in this fight, because I cannot accept that my grandchildren have to grow
That's
up
right.
in a
In a world like this.
that we have to go to. I went to Macy's to get my MAC lipstick, and a gentleman, full-blown beard and makeup, is behind the MAC counter, and I'm with my 17-year-old, and we go to lunch afterwards, because I looked up and I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
This is not
And
normal.
we go out to lunch, and I was like, listen.
And this guy was telling Melissa how beautiful her makeup was and how
He was. And I was like, thank you, now's not the time. But, then we went to lunch afterwards, and I had the conversation with my granddaughter, and I was like, is this going, it was like, they're furries and all these crazy people. And she was like, no. And I was like, are you sure? And I was like, you don't have, and she looked at me like I was crazy. She was like, no. And I'm like, well, thank God. But these are the conversations, because I know.
It is occurring. It is
especially
happening.
my 17-year-old, she lives on TikTok and social media, and she just got her first job. So now she has a little less time to be on TikTok. But you don't know what it is that they're
it's programming, and
all
it's
day.
desensitizing.
And thankfully,
and
my oldest one does 0 social media and doesn't watch TV.
And
So
it's good
that's
that she knows that, and your son, who's in college right now, like they're doing what they have to do to get through, knowing that these people are crazy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Vinny's
But
one of us, but he,
they shouldn't have to deal with this, but they do in order to get a degree. It's not right. It's
We're
insanity.
2 minutes until the last segment ends.
Yeah, can you
Until
believe
this-
that?
Holy crap!
It's gone so fast. We're so glad you came today.
That went so fast.
We were
We're
going
gonna
to
have to do
talk
this again.
more stuff. We were going to talk like
We'll
the
do an
plan.
episode where we're not without guests, but you can talk with us some more. All right, so should I tell them really quick what's going on?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
so we have a lot of things coming up, but what I'm going to bring to you guys now is the Scott Lebedo art exhibit on December 6th with a bunch of other artists. We're very excited to have them here. Chelsea Carroll, Kate Gansey, I'm going off memory, I'm very sorry, Elaine Thompson, who am I forgetting? Nelson Medina, David Benangus. I think I named everyone. You could take a screenshot of that, or it's on our website under events. The very next day, we have something brand new coming to the warehouse. It's the holiday shopping extravaganza, and we are very excited. We have a lot of great vendors. We're almost sold out of vendor tables. All the booths are sold out. Most of the tables are sold out. We will have Santa here. You can come take family pictures with him. We have a beautiful tree we put up. Some pretty cool things in the concession stand that are different. So please, please get all your friends and come shopping here.
I can't wait for that.
Because now that we have the vendors, I got to make sure we got the people here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, all the people that come to the warehouse, we know that you have Patriot friends, so you need to be shopping for them on that day.
And they're all welcome. I don't care if you're a raging lib. That day is
It's
for
Christmas.
shopping.
It's Christmas.
It's holiday shopping. You come shop. The walls aren't the Patriot stuff. You're not going to turn into a MAGA Patriot. You can still come here and go shopping. We will welcome you. It's fine. So,
but you'll love us.
Yeah.
And you will love us, actually.
All right, so we're ready for our closing prayer. We do every week, so you're gonna read the prayer tonight, T.
I will, but I just want to make one quick announcement first. If you guys can go to realamerica.vote with Marley that we were just speaking to a little while ago, they need the donations. These guys are working tirelessly. It's a lot of traveling, I'm sure copying, and their time. So please, please go to realamerica.vote and give them a little love, please. So
all appreciated.
Sorry, guys, because I'm not the one who normally prays, so bear with me, but we are going to end with our prayer tonight.
All right.
So, Heavenly Father, we thank you today for every veteran who has worn the uniform of this great nation. Bless those who chose courage, sacrifice, and service so we could live in freedom. Bring healing to every wounded heart and body, and surround each veteran and their families with honor, strength, and peace. Lord, we also lift up Ohio Amy and Pastor Casper and the incredible efforts of the Stay Awake America Tour, and may your hand cover them as they unite, engage, and activate. We ask you bless Marley Hornick and her team for their unwavering dedication to election integrity. Strengthen their hands, guide their steps, and let your favor go before them. We also ask that you keep Ohio Amy's mom in your prayers as she battles a very bad sickness. And may we walk worthy of the sacrifices made for this nation. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
And as always, keep
your faith strong, your family close, and your freedom alive. Thank you for tuning in, friends.
Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Thank you for being here, Melissa. We love you.
Yes.
Thank you.